Another historic milestone for Persad-Bissessar as she stood before the world to address the United Nations for the first time in bright red, a pin of the national flag on the lapel of a jacket, with less than 10 minutes to sell the country's progress towards achieving the Millennium Development Goals. It was an address in which she was unflinching as she spoke about the progress made in education, which she described as a passport out of poverty, the laptop initiative at the forefront.
Fellow leaders, you'll be happy to learn that within 5 years, all secondary school students in my country will have a laptop computer in their school bags, the first set of which is being delivered this year for all students entering the secondary school system.
She told the UN that it was under her watch as former education minister that the country achieved the goal of universal secondary education, and now the country is seeing high tertiary education participation.
46% of persons between 17 to 21 are enrolled in a tertiary sector. For this year, we believe that that percentage has increased because we have had an increased enrollment in the tertiary sector just a couple of weeks ago.
In her estimation, figures for poverty and the working poor, however, are not looking as bright as it should be.
16.7% of our people still live below the poverty line. 11.7% are considered the working poor, and 9% are deemed vulnerable.
But it is for that exact reason, she told the UN, the country changed government, and now a large chunk of the budget goes towards social services.
20.5% of this year's budget for the upcoming fiscal year has been allocated to the delivery of social services.
Telling the world that the leadership style of her government is to listen and then lead, the Prime Minister boasted of the increase in the minimum wage. Her address touched on the environment, with the government's Clean and Beautify campaign, on HIV/AIDS, saying we must confront the reality and do more, and on the Children's Life Fund. The Prime Minister will again address the United Nations later this week when the General Assembly begins its meetings.